And welcome back to Intermediate Coding in Minecraft with your favorite computer science teacher, Mr. Pitts. Yeah, glad you're here. So this is the video for the Lesson 6 Advanced Loops Challenge Assessment. And oh boy, this is a big one. It's the hardest one we've seen so far, by far. And I wish there were more activities to kind of get us ready for this one. So as an instructor, if you're watching this, you might think about perhaps creating some activities in a creative world to get them better prepared for this. As a student, yeah, this is a tough one. So let's talk about it, and let's go ahead and go over the setup again, and then we'll sort of get into and start tackling some of the pieces for this one. So again, we're going to use MakeCode to create a code expanding on the previous activity. So there's an activity in the last episode where we spawn chickens using the onStart. And so actually what we're going to do is turn this into a game. So you're going to count the number of chickens you can kill in a set period of time. Again, it's a violent game, so buckle up for that. And show the score, which is the number of chickens killed. Yay! So every time you kill a chicken, you get a point. At the start of the game, you must initialize a score variable to 0 and set the length in seconds of the game. That means we decide how long we want the game to be, and we hard code that in. It's not a variable. After the score is displayed, kill all the chickens automatically. So you might ask yourself, Mr. Pitts, how is it that you're holding a sword right now? Well, for this one activity in the world, and since we're almost done in the world and we're almost done with the course, I think it's okay. You can get yourself in trouble doing this too early, but what you can do first and foremost, is go into your settings and change your personal game mode to creative. And what that will allow you to do is access the creative inventory and give yourself a sword. I think this is more fun and a lot cleaner than trying to bludgeon as many chickens as possible with your agent device. And that takes 4 or 5 hits per chicken, whereas a netherite sword, you should be able to just take them out with 1 hit. So again, that's less violent to me. But anyway, take your pick. Whatever you want to do there is fine with me. So let's get into the code. And again, I have saved this as Pitts Lesson 6 assessment, right? So you want to make sure that you save it so that you know what's actually in here. So let's go back to the board real quick. So onStart, at the start of the game. So it's telling you right here, we're going to use an onStart. You must initialize your score variable to 0 and set the length in seconds of the game. So let's do that first. So let's go in, and we're going to use our onStart, and we're going to create a variable named score. Remember, it's no fun to play a game if you don't know what the score is afterwards. So we're going to use our set score. And then we're also going to create a variable, and I'm going to call it game time. So that honestly could be a little bit better, but we'll go with game time. And what that's going to represent is the length of time that the game is going to run. Okay, and I'm going to set that to 20. Again, you choose however long you want the game to run. You may want to run it shorter for testing purposes and then change it to 20 when you're actually ready to play it. It's a good idea. Let's do that. So we'll set game time to 10 for now. Now, we haven't talked about this yet. I talk about it in class a little bit. So whenever you're unsure, and especially with code like this that might take you multiple class periods to work on, one of the things that coders do is use comments. So you can add a comment to this, and then when you click this little comment box, you can say score is number of chickens killed during the game time window. Okay, and there's a comment, and then what you do is you click this little thing to minimize it, and then that way if you leave, go to another class, go to spring break, come back, and you go, what in the world was this score variable that I was working on? Hey, you left yourself a nice little comment here. Score is the number of chickens killed during the game time window. We can do the same thing here. comment for game time. And for that one, I would say game time is the length of time the game will run. All right. So now we have just reminded ourselves, our future selves, what game time was supposed to be. And you can do this with any block in Minecraft make code. Just go ahead and add a comment there. You can leave them visible. Sometimes I think they get in the way, but put those comments in there so we know what we're doing. So what else are we doing? We're going to count the number of chickens you can kill in a set period of time and show the score. So I will tell you, it should be obvious at this point, you're going to need a forever loop. All right. And I usually break this out into 2 forever loops, which you can do. And they will both run side by side at the same time. So I do 1 forever loop for the timer. And then I do another forever loop for the chicken spawn. Although you can combine them. Let's see how it goes. First and foremost, on chicken killed, what do we want to do? We want the score to go up by 1. 2 ways to do that. You can do the change score by 1, or you can do change score to score plus 1. So either way, this will work. So this is change score by 1. So if score is 0 and we kill a chicken, 0 plus 1 is 1. Then we kill another chicken, 1 plus 1 is 2. Same thing here. If score is 1 and then we kill a chicken, score plus 1 is 1 plus 1 is 2. So then that makes score 2. Either way will work. This change score is already built in, so I'm going to leave that the way it is. So when a chicken is killed, we change the score by 1. Okay, so you leave that there, and every time we kill a chicken, it's going to update score, which is a beautiful thing. All right, now for our timer, we're going to need another variable for time. And I'm going to name that current time. So that way we know exactly what that is. We obviously always want to start current time with 0. You could set current time to game time and then count down. I'm going to start it at 0 and then count up. Either way should work. So how would our timer work? So basically what you would want first is to start spawning chickens. And what I normally do is just spawn a chicken. You could do it a couple different ways. I like to spawn them near me. So within, you can actually do random position. All right. So from 2 blocks away in the X direction, 2 blocks away in the Z direction. So basically a 4-block range around me, and then maybe 2 in the air, right? So a chicken will spawn in a random position around me relative to where I am. However, if we run this forever loop and we just spawn chickens and random, it's gonna just spawn chickens. Just as quickly as possible. So what I like to do is put a little bit of a pause in here. And I like to get maybe 4 chickens a second. So that would be a pause of 250 milliseconds. Now, something to make the game a little bit better, what I would do here is employ some logic to make sure we should be spawning chickens. Because what happens is after the game is over, so after we've hit our 10 seconds, chickens will continue to spawn. So what we want to do here is make sure that if our current time in the game is less than or equal to our game time. So let's make that less than. So if our current time is less than game time, then we can spawn an animal. So when we start the game, current time will be 0. Is 0 less than 10? Yes. Spawn a chicken. Wait a quarter of a second. Is 0 less than, wait a second, right? So we should get 4, and then game time is going to update. How do we do that? Very simple. Forever loop. What we're going to do is change current time by 1. After a second wait. I'm going to add an else here to say if current time is not less than game time, which means what? We've hit 10 seconds or more. Then what we're going to do first, let's go back here. Hold on. Do not run the code yet. So it says at the start of the game, you must initialize the score, set the length of seconds after the score is displayed, kill all the chickens automatically. See, they're spawning. I don't know why. Sometimes it runs the code it's not supposed to. Okay, you will count the number of chickens at the start of the game. After the score is displayed, kill all the chickens automatically. So we need to go in and display the score. So remember, we use our join. Your score is. And then we're going to put the score variable in. And then we're going to use that code that I talked about. Kill all chickens. Okay, so this forever loop spawns the chickens as long as we're within the game window. As soon as we're not within the game window, then it's going to say your score is, and then kill all animals. And in fact, let me make one last adjustment to this and make this an else if statement so that we can add a third tier, which is if the current time is less than the game time, then we'll spawn a chicken. Else, if the current time is equal to the game time, then we'll run the game ending code. And then lastly, else, which would mean the current time is greater than game time, we'll do nothing. That way, after the game is over, nothing will happen, so we don't have to worry about chicken spawning or anything popping up in the chat. This code should work, so let's go ahead and test it out and see what happens. Oh, not the baby chicken. See, 10 seconds is a long time. 10 seconds is a long time. So what your score is 17. Let's set game time to 5. Try that again. And then I'll try to leave a few chickens around so you can see what's supposed to happen. We'll leave the babies. Can't bring myself to do it. Okay, so see how all the chickens died and it said the score is 3. Alright, let's try it one more time. Score again is 3. Killed all the remaining chickens. Okay, so I realize that's a lot. Let me go over it one more time. So the on start is going to initialize your variables, score, game time, current time. This on animal killed loop is what changes the score every time we kill a chicken. Here, this forever loop runs your timer. And the reason that I do a separate forever loop for the timer and the chickens is that I want the chickens to be spawning quicker than 1 second. All right. If I just wanted to do a pause of 1 second here, then I could actually put this change current time as part of this. Right. So if you wanted to do it this way, you could actually do it like this and have one forever loop. So what it would do is it would check current time. Is that equal to game time? Then it's going to spawn the animal if we're within the game window. Else, if we get an equal there, then that means the game is over. We get the score, kills all the animals, right? And then pause for a second. And then it's going to change current time and run it again. Score is 2. Right? There you go. There's your code for the lesson 6 assessment. A couple different ways you can change this, make it more fun. But yeah, there it is. So have your on start, have your 1 or 2 forever loops. Make sure you got your time. Make sure you got your animal spawned if and only if we're within the game window. And then make sure we display the score. All right. Thanks again for watching. I'm going to do one more video in this world. So we'll talk about the lesson 7 project. And yeah, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed it. I know this was a bit of a beast of an assessment. Yikes. But I hope you got something out of it. Leave me a like, hit subscribe, and that way I can keep bringing more of these coding videos to you. So again, this has been the Intermediate Coding in Minecraft, Lesson 6, Advanced Loops Challenge Supplemental. This is your favorite computer science teacher, Mr. Pitts, and we'll see you in the next video, in the next lesson. Have a good one, coders. See ya. Bye.